G'day folks, I hope you're all well. I've had a little break from the car for about a week and it's been really good. It's been excellent, I've really enjoyed it. But all good things must come to an end and we are starting to march forward again on this car, so yeah. I tell you what guys, she's starting to cool off. We've had our summer. I remember putting up a few vids there a couple of months back there, bragging how nice and beautiful and how good we had our summer. We didn't have an over warm one, but it's actually was quite nice, but there is a change in the air. Oh, we had a frost this morning, so we're into autumn now. So I suppose you northern hemisphere guys are starting to feel the warmth from the sun, I hope, and it's your turn. And I hope you really get a nice summer this year. So yeah, alright. Well, I've done a little bit to the car guys. Just a little bit today and a little bit yesterday. So it's the weekend here. So Sunday evening. What I've done there, I did a little trick that Rob suggested I do. It's not my idea, it's Rob's idea. So I ended up closing the sides in from the nose cone of the car back through to the radiator support panel. I had a little bit of bleed air in around the back of the headlights. You see, the idea is to trap all that air and encourage it through the radiator. It's all very well buying a really good radiator. If you can't encourage 99% of that air from the front of the car to force through it, it's not going to do any good. So I think I've really got it now. I've got it up to about 90, probably 5%. I've really made a lot of effort into sealing it off from underneath the stone tray of the nose cone to the support panel, and yeah, now there's no intercooler there. It's going to cop a beautiful amount of ambient air, no second-hand byproduct from the heated air from the intercooler. Oh, I think this is going to run probably a bit too cool in the winter time. That's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. So that's fantastic. Thanks, Rob. Great little tip there, mate. You did well. My next little job I just completed, I've put a little bit more camber into the front wheels. I've packed it in around 3.2 millimeters. So I ended up putting some longer bolts. Not sure if you can see that there. There you go. Because I have to support the bracketry for the steering arm, and they're grade 8 bolts, so nice bit of strength there. And I reckon I've gained a good half a degree, if not a little bit more. I was 1.2 degree, so I'm getting close up to 2 degrees of negative camber. And you can actually notice it. I don't know if you can notice it in the vid, but I can notice it. Yeah, you can there, look at that. Look how she's just sloping a little bit. And that hasn't even got any load on the wheel. Oh, slight. Yeah, look at that guys. Yeah, so that'll be nice. A little bit of camber there. I may have to just tweak the steering a little bit, I think. I do it with the string line, and I'll do it once it's on the ground and the engine's in and everything's sort of all buttoned up. I'll run the string out and double check it. If I can gain about 1 mil of toe in, that'll be nice. Alright, well that's that little job done. And guess what guys? You're not going to believe this, but I've pulled to date 15.2 kilograms out of the front of the car. By getting rid of the heater assembly, pulling out the intercooler, which was the biggest win, and even the battery tray, which I've just pulled out then, today. That was 1 kilogram in weight. I mean, it doesn't sound much, but all these little bits that I'm pulling out of it that I don't need are going to make a big difference. So I ended up using, I'm not sure if you know what real estate board's made out of. You know that perforated sort of signage they use, the backing board? Well, that's what I've used there. There's no weight in that at all. So that's the secret, well, that's the key to what I'm doing with this, guys, is to try and lose the weight out of this car where I can. I know I want to keep my steel bumpers and all my glass intact and everything, and keep the car looking, I don't want to sort of mod it too much, but if I can keep it looking standard looking, well, original looking, but by taking out little bits here and there, that's it's a win to me, because I know the cage comes in around 36 kilograms, apparently, all up. So that'll offset a lot of the weight that I pull out of the front. But remember, I'm actually putting it back into the centre of the car. So it's like moving ballast around. If you can pull a bit off the front but move it towards the rear of the car or the middle of the car, that's great, and that's how you want it. Basically a 50-50 is ideal, but yeah, any improvement, pulling out of the front's a win in my book. Well, the crank and piston and rods I should be able to pick up this week, and the cage, so that'll all turn up. That'll be interesting and exciting at the same time. I've got to give a shout out too, guys, that you're not going to believe this, but my wife ended up paying for the cage. How incredible is that? Oh, it blew me away. It really did. She said she wanted to pay for it, so that was, unbelievable. See, I've been married 24 years. She's an incredible woman. She really is. And she is battling a disease, a struggle for her, and just to do something like that is incredible, because I do put a lot of effort into giving my wife a quality of life. I do all the cooking and a lot of the housework. We do get help, but I'm always there for her, and if she lets me over here to do a little bit throughout the day of a weekend or whatever, it's fantastic. It really clears my head when I come over and do a little bit on the car, and I love it. So thanks again, dear. You're a real angel. You really are. All right, guys. Well, that's the little update for now. Things are just bubbling away. I've got plenty more vids to come, guys. So I'll keep you all posted, and I want to have a talk about that water injection. I've done a lot of reading on it, guys. I've gone in deep with it. I really have. And I want to talk about the benefits it's going to have for me, switching over, pulling that intercooler out and going to water. So I'll do a vid on that, guys. I may ramble on a bit, but what I'm going to talk about is very interesting. It's an incredible thing. And I've gone back and learnt about the history of it. And it's been around for a long time. And it's fantastic. So I'll shed some light on that, guys, and I want to talk about it all. So, yes. All right. Well, I'll pop one up soon. I'll catch you later.